Hey everyone, Ben here. I have a message for someone. Pretty sure I see which way it's already going. We'll get cards at the end for confirmation, but pretty sure the main message here is that it's time for someone to, move forward with coming out with their orientation. So at the very beginning, uh, with my Palo Santo, uh, my little chimney here, the smoke was just pouring out of the chimney, which, to be honest, to get a good draft is difficult at times. And if you know anything about fires or fireplaces, that draft is essential. But when we have, you know, our good air moving through, it's just such a flow. It cannot be stopped. Like that fire has everything it needs to be operating at its fullest potential. So we have a lot of energy flowing through something. And then what came through was to sing from the rooftops. And when we think about it, what really is that? To announce something loudly, publicly, express great joy so everyone can hear. So then what came through was the musical Cats. And to be honest, I wasn't up to par with what that is. I mean, or about, I should say. And, straightforward, my collection of it is focusing on, a group of cats and they're going to this ball. And at the ball, they pick someone to be reborn. I guess they say go to heaven, but a rebirth. I'm looking at it as a rebirth here in our space, which means a death needs to take place. Something needs to end. The old us. Now we are reborn. Uh, then what came through is dancing in the streets, which shows a lot of excitement. If someone just starts dancing in the street, they're very happy. They're free. And at that time, uh, all the people that were dancing in the streets, their outfits were very color coordinated. They were, I mean, it was like colors of springtime or Easter. It was very light colors. And I felt like, how to explain this, like those vests or whatever, and they have like diamond patterns. But the colors are kind of the same, but they're a little different. And then I was taken to the scene in The Wedding Date where the actor, her name was Kat. So we have Kat again, but that was Kat with a K. And they were all wearing in that scene when they went out for their hen party, the girls' party before the wedding. They all had those very light colors on when they were out at the bar. And not so much sure the significance of that. Then I heard a turkey gobble. So that's a male turkey gobbling, and it scratched. This wasn't physically in my area. I just heard all this. And when we look at a turkey's gobbling to attract a mate, which would be a hen, a female, we had hen at the hen party, or he can gobble to show dominance and face off with another male, or we can look at it as the scratching. If, like, let's say I was hunting, if I'm scratching, I may make it seem like that there's hens here, the female, so the male would come in. But also, if I'm scratching, you know, and I'm a male, I'm going to attract another male, possibly to fight or to be with. Uh, then a red handkerchief was significant. And I was not aware, but I just figured I'd look up the reference. And it really came into, I didn't plan to go down this road with my channel, but it's a message and I'm going to pass it along that, this handkerchief is symbolizing uh, a physical pleasure or orientation of some type, and colors mean different things. So I am looking at this, and I think it's time, to come forward of who we truly are, and maybe we've been hiding that for so long. When we look at the movie The Wedding Date, this woman hired uh, an escort, a male, to, you know, fake her situation. Maybe this is something that we have done to try to shield ourselves, which I could only imagine. I've never been in that position, but the fear of rejection or not being accepted. But here in the beginning, we can see how much it's time. This energy is flowing. We can't run from ourselves, and it's not like that there's anything wrong with us. It's we're running from the fear of rejection and acceptance. But once we do, we see how happy we are. Just I'm free. I'm free from this false image of what I've had to do through my life. I'm sure there's many other fears, but rejection comes to a bit, and acceptance. But again, once we move forward, it's like a big, I can relax. Right back then, I just got really jittery, like very anxious. I was shaking a little bit. I don't know if you saw it, but that's showing like how nervous we are about this, and it's got to be scary. Everybody's situation's different, but to be free and in our own skin again, if we've never been able to fully feel that, is a rebirth, like the Cats musical. We look at our past. All of our past was fake, an image, a mask. And now it is like a full rebirth, being able to fully walk in our own skin free. That would be an amazing experience, but I think the fear is what's been holding us back, which is noted, understandable. But this energy here in the beginning, with the smoke through the chimney, like it is time. It is go time. With that, I'll pull a couple cards for confirmation to make sure I was on the right path, but I tried to see it a different way, and like I said, it just kept getting louder and louder. Where are we going here? Is it time? Is it time? We'll just go with that. Which I can't see how it's not time. I don't know if I mentioned in the very beginning, my throat was so agitated, and I drinking water, I could not get it under control. And when we look at that, we want to say something, but we just can't. We're so scared. We're holding back everything. So, is it time, Spirit? Sorry, I don't have the nails the girls do to pop the cards out easier, so bear with me. I like them to pop out. I don't always pull from the top or look at the bottom. And these are new cards, so they're a little slippy. We'll take this one. And they say in the reversed. There we go. I gotta get my camera up here so I can see what you guys are seeing. Recovery. Going through that scenario of just being in a place, if we really look back in our life, like we're gonna have to recover from a lot. What we went through, what we struggled with, and then for it to be, for us to be us, that's going to be a path we're going to have to pave on our own time, but that's so much, what's the word? We carried so much for so long. And then we're going to go from the release, we're going to have to recover from that. And it might be, we might misunderstand our feelings at that time as, oh, I shouldn't have done this, or, oh, it doesn't feel as great as I thought it was going to, or whatnot. No, we're finally releasing this mask, and it's going to take a little bit of time. So, if you do go forward with this, just hang in there and give yourself the respect and time to understand that, holy shit, like I've been hiding this from myself and everything else that all my life, it's a lot of time to recover from. So give yourself some patience. And I don't know. I just know it's time. And you're gonna be okay. It's gonna be a hell of a thing to be just you, no matter how that looks. We'll get one card for the road here. Just maybe a little bit of emotional support. Fickle. Sorry, I lost my video. Fickle actions. This could be actions that we could be talking about our emotions during this time. It could be roller coaster like. We can go up, down, all over the place. There's a lot of energy moving, release, recover, a lot. Maybe people in our lives could also experience tower moments at this time, which would be expected, not to cause any fear, but our old life can't come into our new life. So things have to leave. And that is hard, especially when we're going through all this. Are we going to have a good support system? I hope so. But maybe it might lack in certain places. You have to be okay with certain people might leaving your life. And I'm not saying that that's a punishment. It is just they're not on your highest timeline and they can't come with. And not in a negative sense, it's just you're moving forward. You're coming into your authenticity. And maybe they didn't agree with that. That's okay. Always be replaced with something better. I guess we'll get one more card. I know I just said that, but for some reason, I feel the need for one more. Come on, Spirit. Okay, there we go. After we move forward with this, we will have an empowerment. We will feel empowered. How could we not? I know it's scary and whatnot to do anything that makes us feel uncomfortable or all those fears, but it's not just the empowerment of using our voice and being truthfully us. It is when we're in our own skin and we accept ourselves and love ourselves, whether good or bad, nothing can touch us because we know who we are. We're not afraid of that. We're not afraid of people are going to talk. People always say shit, whether it's truthful or not. It's human nature to, like when you really think about it, what do people do? They talk. It's just whatever. It is hard when it might hurt our feelings to listen to, but it's not our job to correct them unless we want to. But we don't need to chase that. What you got is you, Spirit, your friends, your family, whatever else you got, and you're gonna get through that. But I do feel a lot of fear in this all. I'm still shaking a little bit. Like I could get it. I've never been in the position, but I could see how scary this is. But I don't even see it as bad at all. You're just becoming you. And there's nothing wrong with that. And that's where we get to, our true empowerment. So with that, I wish you the best and have a great day.